Happy Valentine's Day. Today we are making the most decadent, rich, sinful chocolate cake. It has a brownie layer on the bottom, and then we're gonna top it with chocolate mousse that is to die for. Your loved one is going to completely fall for you if you make them this chocolate mousse cake for two. Let's get started. So the brownie layer on the bottom is actually really simple. It starts in the microwave. So we're going to add 4 tablespoons of butter to a bowl. Then this is half a cup of sugar, granulated sugar, and 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder. So this all goes into the bowl, and then we're gonna put this in the microwave for 30 seconds and then give it a stir. Okay, I just finished doing 2 30-second pulses in the microwave. That melts the butter, and then the sugar and cocoa powder start to dissolve, and it already smells amazing. And we really haven't even cooked anything yet. So this is very hot. So you wanna stir it and kind of spread it out in the bowl, let the heat dissipate from it a little bit, because we have to add an egg, and we don't wanna add the egg and have it cook. So give this a couple good stirs. Then we'll go ahead and add our salt and vanilla to help it cool down. Just a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I always use salt in desserts. It kind of balances the sweetness. And then half a teaspoon of vanilla. Chocolate and vanilla go together super well. And by the time you're done stirring in the salt and the vanilla, the brownie batter will have cooled enough that you can add your egg. Okay, so crack 1 egg. Add this to your brownie batter. Stir it in. This is your moistness and your richness to a brownie. Okay, our final ingredient is flour. Normally, when you add flour to a baked good, you don't want to beat it too much because you could activate the gluten and make it tough and chewy. But in this case, we want chewy brownies. So add your flour, and then I want you to count to 50 and stir it in 50 times. At the end of 50 stirs, you should have this rich looking brownie batter, super shiny, that's all the sugar in there. So the bottom layer of this chocolate mousse cake, it goes into a 6-inch springform pan. I'm gonna spray it with a little bit of cooking spray so our brownies don't stick. And then just scrape our brownie batter into our pan. It's a really thick batter. That's how you know they're gonna be really delicious, chewy brownies. And this goes into a 325-degree oven to bake the bottom layer. While the brownie bottom layer bakes, we will make the chocolate mousse for the top. All right, now it is time to make the chocolate mousse. So there are a couple ways to make chocolate mousse, and most of them rely on raw eggs. Since I'm often cooking for kids or grandparents, I don't like to use raw eggs. This is the method to make chocolate mousse that uses cooked eggs. So the first thing you need is 1 egg. We're gonna break that into our bowl. And then this is 2 tablespoons of sugar. We're gonna beat this for a really long time, like 3 or 4 minutes. It's going to seem like nothing at first, but after 3 or 4 minutes, it's gonna be nice and light and pillowy, and it's gonna thicken up quite a bit. Okay, we're there. The egg mixture is nice and pale yellow. It's pretty much quadrupled in size, and that's just from beating air into the eggs. Eggs are magical. So the last thing to add is half a cup of heavy cream. Just beat this in lightly. Don't beat the heavy cream in too much because then you'll get soft peaks. So just mix those together. And now it's time to cook this because, like I said, this is a cooked chocolate mousse. So I have a small saucepan. We're gonna pour this mixture into it and then turn our heat to low. We never, ever want this mixture to boil. It should just thicken slightly. I'll show you what it looks like when it coats the back of my spatula. So I'm gonna turn the heat to low. And do not leave this, just stay with it, stir it constantly. If you do not, you will end up with chunks of scrambled eggs, and you do not want that in your chocolate mousse. Okay, this mixture has thickened up. It's almost like if you're making vanilla pudding. So when you stir it, you can tell it's a little thicker, and then it coats your spoon. We're going to use this 2 ways. Not only have we cooked our eggs so our mousse is safe for anybody to eat, the young, the old, we are going to use it to melt our chocolate. So this is 3 ounces of chopped chocolate. You can use any kind of chocolate you like, except chocolate chips. Chocolate chips are a little waxy. I wouldn't recommend that. So this is 3 ounces. Add it to your pan. Don't stir it, just leave it and cover it. Give it 60 seconds and it will melt completely. So I'm gonna gently stir my chocolate into this mixture. This mixture goes into the fridge for about an hour. You don't want it to completely set up and be firm, but you do want to cool it off because we're going to beat it into some heavy cream. Okay, my bottom layer brownies have completely cooled. You wanna make sure this pan is cool to the touch, or you cannot put cold mousse into a hot pan, it will melt. So completely cooled brownie, set this to the side, and we're going to make our whipped cream that we fold our chocolate mixture into. So this is half a cup of very, very cold, heavy cream. Beat it just until soft peaks start to form. Okay, the whipped cream is just starting to come together. I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of vanilla. And then I have our chocolate mousse mixture. It has been sitting in the fridge for an hour, so it's cool, but it's not quite firm. It almost has the consistency of maybe a little bit firmer chocolate pudding. Add 1 scoop and beat that in. And then just keep adding scoops and beating between each one. That's it. This is your fluffy chocolate mousse. Look, it's like chocolate clouds. Yum. Mousse gets a little firmer in the fridge, but you want that. You want this cake to hold together completely when it's sliced, so you can get nice, pretty slices to impress your Valentine. Okay, into the fridge, at least 4 hours overnight is totally fine too. This is our mousse cake after it's been in the fridge. I'm gonna run a knife around the outside. This just helps loosen it from the pan. Make sure you're going all the way down to the brownie bottom layer. So you wanna loosen your springform pan. That's why I love these pans. It comes off so easily and the sides look perfect. And then just to make it pretty, because it's Valentine's Day, we wanna be festive and extra with our chocolate. I'm gonna shave some chocolate on top. If you've never shaved chocolate, it's just a vegetable peeler. It's super easy, and it will fall on your cake and little pretty curls. I hope you and your Valentine have a very sweet and romantic and chocolatey Valentine's Day. For the full recipe for this chocolate mousse cake for 2, visit dessertfor2.com.